And you know, this reminds me, recently a good friend of mine, a good mentor, he came up to me one day after one of these fiery talks, pulled me aside, and he said, Akhi Yasir, you know you have great potential in the community, and you can really benefit the ummah, but I really think you should stop talking about these sensitive issues. Just continue preaching the seerah, doing some tafsir, doing some halaqat, and you'll be fine. And wallahi, his point was coming from sincerity. Wallahi, was a good brother. He basically wanted to protect me, you know, from the far right, from the government, from whatnot. And I seriously thought about his advice for like 2 minutes. I thought about his advice. And I thought to myself, how can I preach the seerah? How can I talk about the life and times, the methodology, the message of the greatest leader that humanity has ever seen, our Prophet ﷺ, and realize that the entire seerah from the beginning to the end is about benefiting others and bringing about change in society? How can I teach the seerah and then ignore the very message of the seerah of the Prophet ﷺ? Wallahi, my dear brothers and sisters, wallahi, how can we see pictures of innocent babies drowning to death, fleeing from civil war, fleeing from brutal dictators, fleeing from religious fanatics, and then do nothing to help? How can we accept that non-Muslim countries like Germany and Sweden are welcoming hundreds and thousands of asylum seekers, while our own Muslim countries, let me say it frankly, our own oil-rich Gulf states have refused to accept a single asylum seeker? How can I remain quiet? You tell me. How is it possible for us not to speak out and say, shame on you, shame on you, shame on you? Of what use are your fancy buildings? Of what use is the fact that you're building higher and higher buildings, predicting exactly what the Prophet ﷺ said? Barefoot, ignorant shepherds shepherds amongst them are going to be competing, building taller and taller buildings. Subhanallah, dear brothers and sisters.